am apologizing for that, but I'll make it up to you by giving you the longest reading of all the mid-month readings. And don't you deserve it, Scorpio? I've got quite a few Scorpio friends. They are the best. Scorpios are the investigators of the zodiac. You are the fixed water sign. Instead of a babbling brook, you are Niagara Falls. And you are the most giving, wonderful, and nurturing sign. You can nurture in a very strong way. Doesn't feel like some of the other signs which are sweetly massaging their lover. Scorpio gives a full-on back rub. Deep muscle massage, even, if that's what's called for. And so, love, Scorpio. Okay, I'm hearing one more shuffle of the deck. I'm feeling good about this. And I wanted to mention to you that if you would like a private reading, those are available below. All you have to do is click the Purchase a Reading tab, and the readings which are personal and private, of course, are able to address your specific questions. These readings are more general, although they are eerily and sometimes even spooky in accuracy. But if you've not tried a private and personal reading, please do so. And I am absolutely sure that you, as have all of the other querents who I've read for, you will walk away very happy that you did so. These are audio readings. You can listen to them over and over. And so that's quite nice as well. Okay, let's get moving for you. Here's your first card, Scorpio, your mid-month July reading. We have, the Six of Cups, the warm and fuzzies, unconditional love, memories of childhood, sweet sentiment. That seems to be coloring all of July. And I'm going to say that I'm feeling like Scorpio is having some moments and maybe you're even talking about your childhood more than you ordinarily would with a loved one. There may be a reason to feel sentimental, or you may be going home actually, and some of those feelings are coming back. I see a long road, a pathway before you, and along the pathway it's almost a journey that you're taking back in time, traveling back to this time and place of innocence, and when things weren't quite as complicated as they are now for you. A sweet card to come up in the summertime. It also speaks to childhood playmates, reuniting with loved ones, high school sweethearts, friends from college, people who you've known for an extremely long time, who you can remember as they were. And this is a beautiful thing. Special memories are meant to be cherished, and I'm feeling like there's some of that happening. Also, there's another generation coming up which reminds you of your childhood. It's very sweet, and around you I feel as if you're opening up a little bit to just, you know, I can see photo albums cracking open, and talking to parents and teachers and people in your neighborhood, just kind of talking about the way it was, the good old days, the high school games, even maybe you're talking about memories of clubs and organizations that you belong to. I'm saying even uniforms, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, camping trips, there's just all of this sweet flood coming in. And then of course, there's the realization that you are now a different person, and this is good. It's like a grounding. It's taking you back to your roots, and that helps you define who it is that you are today. And this is it's a nice grounding that I'm seeing here for you, Scorpio. It's really sweet. Funny. It's kind of Spirit speaks strongly and starts right away. Whispering in the ear, and what do you know? We have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is really news of sweet gesture of love. It's in the upright. And it is in the challenge position, but maybe there's something that someone is sharing with you, and there's for some reason a bit of a challenge receiving that news, but it's good news, and everything coming your way feels very good. This is youth, this is young, this is being open emotionally to youth and to the young around you. Could it be, and this is kind of coming out of left field, that there are children surrounding you? This July, there could be some children surrounding you, and maybe there's a feeling of a certain sadness that if your children have moved away, if they've grown and gone on, you may feel a bit sad and long for the time when they were young, and you could hear the pitter-patter of little feet. Or perhaps you're wondering if maybe you missed out a little bit, and if you're childless, if you should have had a child. I'm also hearing that perhaps for some Scorpios, there's a challenge just missing young people around you, and maybe it even has to do with the birth of a baby. You're trying to get pregnant and you're waiting on that news, but there's just this sweetness around you, this sentimentality, this urge to play even. I can see some of that. It's all around you, and it's just sweet, 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 sweet. That's all I can say. Okay, and then we have the Two of Pentacles coming up, and all of this is minor. Everything for you is minor. The Two of Pentacles, you are juggling a couple of projects, and it's funny because this is actually kind of like a playful card, and we had just talked about that. This is a time to play, explore, and re-examine your childhood. And this feels very much like that, as if you might have a couple of opportunities to join in and have some fun, and even sporty, because sometimes this can be about health and balancing your health and getting out there and kind of shaking it up. You know, shaking up the bod and trying to be as active perhaps as you were as a child. Now, also I'm going to say that if you are on vacation, you may be juggling work with family, trying to enjoy your time off, trying to enjoy the family, enjoy some distance and get away from just the work environment. And you might have to answer a few phone calls, and you may have to engage a bit in the office while you're away. I feel some of that as well, but overall it's very sweet. Last thing I want to say that I see with this card is that there is also here the need unexpectedly to watch, and I always say this, but it's very mundane, watch your cash flow, how much you're spending. Don't maybe spend too much in one area. You got to balance the budget, because at some point you are going to have to go home and resume things as they are. Last but not least, and again, I just see a whole lot of getting away right here for you. End of July, it feels like there's a whole lot of getting away, and going back and playing a bit and having the ability to, it's almost you're a little bit light on your feet in July, and you're able to even dance a little bit. You're a bit of a trickster. I see that, playing tricks on your friends. That's kind of what I'm getting. And if you're not a trickster, you're a little more serious type, then as a Scorpio, then you're just making sure that everything is still running smoothly during these hot summer months of vacation. You're not letting any balls drop. And you're paying attention to your text, your email, and you're still out there having a good time. Last but not least, we have the Four of Swords. Now, this is an interesting card because it does speak to getting away once again, and it speaks to much deserved and needed time out of the office. I am hearing loud and clear. It speaks to actually taking time out by yourself. And so now if you are getting away, you will need time to yourself to meditate, to refresh, to review even. And since we had that Six of Cups, and that's very much about reviewing the past and reviewing your childhood and allowing yourself to reconnect with your inner child. So there's a lot of review happening there, but it's more on the level of the heart. Four of Swords is rational. Of course, swords are about logic and thought construct. And so it's also an air sign. So we're going to see you also, not only on a heart level, reconnect to your past, but logically you'll be re-examining what's going on in your life and how you constructed your life. This is really good time away. It's going to allow you to come back and approach what you have been doing in a more balanced way. And also it's going to allow you to get some much needed quiet time. It seems as if that's something that you really need. I'm overall feeling as if this month you are, a lot of it is about just reconnecting to who you truly are, and where you've come from, and just, you know, it's like you're the flower, but you know, you're re-examining yourself as a seedling, and how did you grow into the direction that you've grown into, and how did you get there, kind of, is what I'm hearing. And then, you know, that will really inform you in terms of where you would like to move forward toward the end of the year. Although I don't see any of the end of the year right now, I see a lot of young people, news of children, perhaps even a baby. You're just sort of immersed in this whole, like, this is where I came from. You're getting in touch with your inner child by looking at perhaps your sister's children, or your grandchildren, or even your child. And if you don't have a child, you're looking at your friend's child, or people around you who you went to high school with are not having children. And so all of that is coming up. It's just a very, you know, it's just a sweet month. There aren't any major arcana cards in this mid-month reading. This is really about just this beautiful, sweet place where you get to reside for the month of July, and just kind of suck it in, breathe it in, drink it in, and just feel the good vibes that you're gonna get when you surround yourself with this unconditional love of what you have known, it's going to be great. The sheets are going to smell good. You're going to remember through smell around you, the flowers that are growing along the pathway. I'm even hearing, you just have memories of holidays and just a flood of memories coming your way. It's really great. And also retreat from work. Although you keep it in balance, and you may have to a bit answer some text messages, answer the phone, do a little work, maybe just check in, make sure that you're not spending too much, or that everybody at home is okay, or the rent is paid, that the roommate hasn't stopped up the garbage disposal. A little bit of that going on, a little bit of reaching back, but overall it's just a great time. And you're going to come away reinvigorated with a better understanding of who you are, more self-love, self-worth, and who knows what will happen in the fall. So it's a beautiful, beautiful month. And thanks, Scorpio, for waiting. And I apologize that, how could I forget about Scorpio? I didn't forget about Scorpio. Okay, you guys, namaste. See ya in August.